Welcome to the most important video you have ever seen. This is not just another motivational speech. It is not just another lesson for learning English. This is the one video to help you do a rare thing, something most people never do in their lives. It will teach you to empty your mind. Right now, your mind is not simply full, it is completely cluttered. It is filled not with powerful ideas. Instead, it holds old pain and future worries. It is full of distractions and regrets. It has comparisons, expectations, and fears. Here is a truth no one will tell you. Most people do not live with a clear mind. They live trapped inside their own minds. They are drowning in it and controlled by it. They may smile, but their brain is always racing. They may be working, but their brain is noisy. They eat, scroll, and sleep, but their brain never stops its inner chatter. Tell me this honestly. When did you last feel truly still? When did you feel present and peaceful inside? For most people, the answer is never. This is because we were never taught a simple fact. An untrained mind is your biggest enemy. But an empty mind is your greatest power. This video will guide you through 11 steps. These steps will help you clean your mind. You will empty the junk and take back control. Control of your peace, your power, and your focus. And yes, this video is also perfect for English. As you listen and follow, you learn more than peace. You are getting powerful English listening practice. It is emotional, real, and life-changing. But this video is for the part of you that is tired. Tired of the noise and of overthinking. Tired of carrying the past with you. Tired of feeling lost, anxious, or not good enough. This is your chance for a complete reset. It is time to clean the hard drive and finally breathe. Let us begin. Step 1. Stop carrying mental garbage. Let's make one thing absolutely clear. You do not struggle because you are weak. You struggle because you are carrying too much. Imagine your mind is like a backpack. Every day, you have added more weight to it. You do this without even noticing. A comment from someone 3 years ago, a mistake that you made back in school, a lie about yourself that you started to believe, a relationship that left you broken, a fear about what the future holds, pressure to impress people you do not even like, the memory of a painful event, the constant need to be perfect, day by day and thought by thought. Your mind becomes heavier and heavier. You try to focus, but your brain is too full. You try to feel happy, but guilt is always there. You try to sleep, but 200 thoughts are screaming. That is all mental garbage. You carry it with you everywhere. To your job, your relationships, and your goals. It even follows you to your dreams. And no one showed you how to let it all go. Society teaches us how to earn money. But it does not teach mind management. Here is the truth you need to hear. Your brain should not be a storage unit. It is not meant to hold on to things forever. It is designed to process information, then release it. But you have been replaying things instead of releasing. You replay that one failure. You replay that difficult breakup. You replay that painful rejection. You replay an embarrassing moment from 2017, and you relive it each time you replay it. Your brain cannot tell memory from reality, so it gives you stress, fear, and sadness. It feels like it is happening all over again. Let me share a story about a woman named Clara. She was 29 and had a corporate job. She smiled throughout the day. She would laugh at jokes. She posted nice pictures on Instagram. But inside, she was drowning mentally. Why was this happening? For 5 years, she carried a secret burden. She blamed herself for her father's passing. He died from a heart attack. They had a fight the day before. He told her, "I'm disappointed in you." She replied, "I don't care anymore." He passed away that very night. For 5 years, she could never forgive herself. She carried that moment like a heavy stone. Every job she had made her feel not good enough. She did not believe any compliment she received. That voice returned every night as she tried to sleep. It repeated, "It's your fault." Then one day she wrote it all down. She wrote, "I released this guilt. I didn't know I was hurting too. I forgive myself. I am letting this go." She cried and she screamed. She threw that piece of paper into the ocean. She felt light for the first time in 5 years. This was not because she got a promotion. It was not because she found a new job. It was not because she became wealthy. It was because she finally emptied the garbage. Ask yourself with total honesty, what are you carrying that is not yours? Whose voice is living inside your head? What past moment still controls your present? Now, picture the situation. You enter your home and see a garbage bag on your bed. Would you choose to sleep right next to it? Would you take it with you to work? Would you give it a hug? Of course not. But you do that with your thoughts every day. Today, find a notebook or a blank page. Write this title at the top: Things I Must Take Out of My Mind. Then, write down everything. That fear you have never shared. That argument which still causes you pain. That thought that makes you feel ashamed. That voice telling you that you are not enough. Write it all down. You do not need a solution. Just get it out of your brain and onto the paper. This is the very first step to free your mind. You cannot fill your life with peace. Not until you have emptied your mind of pain. This is only the beginning. You have taken a powerful first step, a step toward mastering your mind. Step 2. Get out of the overthinking loop. Imagine the following scene. You are sitting by yourself in your room. Everything around you is quiet. But your mind is certainly not silent. It is running, jumping, and spinning. One small thought quickly becomes a storm. What if I fail? What if they did not really love me? What if I said the wrong thing? What if I am never successful? What if they are ignoring me? What if I am simply not enough? That single thought grows into 5. Those 5 then become 50. Soon, your brain is racing out of control. Your chest begins to feel tight. Your eyes might start to water. But here is the most painful part. None of this is actually real. It is not your present situation. It is not your future reality. It is not even based on the truth. It is just a mental movie on repeat. Overthinking is not intelligence. It is not the same as deep thinking. It is definitely not problem solving. It is replaying the past. It is predicting future disasters. It is creating fake situations that never occur. It is talking to yourself without finding a solution. It is believing negative thoughts are facts. It seems like thinking. But it is just mental torture disguised as intelligence. Overthinking does more than waste your time. It completely destroys your energy. You wake up feeling tired. Not from physical work, but from mental battles all night. You cannot enjoy a simple walk. Your brain is arguing about an event from weeks ago. You cannot focus on the present moment. Your mind is busy with 100 things that could go wrong. It steals your peace, confidence, and happiness. If you do not stop it, overthinking becomes your habit. And your mind becomes your enemy. There was a young person who tried to be perfect. One day they gave a presentation in class. Everyone applauded and the teacher smiled. They had performed very well. But later that night, a thought appeared. Did I say something wrong? That single thought led to many more. What if they were laughing at me? What if I seemed very nervous? What if I sounded stupid? What if my teacher secretly hated it? What if I made a mistake and did not see it? They could not fall asleep. They replayed every second in their mind. They did this again and again. Slowly, they started to believe the fear. They felt like a failure, despite doing well. This was not due to reality, but to overthinking. Overthinking is not just one thought. It is a loop, a circle, and a trap. It begins with a fear. Then your mind searches for proof. Then it makes up false stories. Then it believes those stories. Then it feels the emotion and fears again. The circle just continues. You try to get out, but it pulls you back. This is why step 2 is so critical. Here is the truth that will make you free. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who watches them. Your thoughts can lie to you. Your thoughts can trick you. Your thoughts can repeat unreal things. The moment you see that, you regain your power. You stop being a victim of your brain. You start becoming its master. When the loop begins, just pause. Do not argue with the thoughts. Do not try to solve everything at once. Do not chase after every what if. Instead, say this out loud to yourself. This is overthinking. It is not real. I choose peace. That sentence shows your brain you are in charge. Breathe deeply for 60 seconds. Focus only on your breath going in and out. Then, move your body. Stand up, walk, or do some stretches. Overthinking cannot survive with physical movement. Write the thought on a piece of paper, then write below it. I do not have to think this right now. This is not about suppression. This is about taking control. The problem is not overthinking itself. The problem is that you believe every single thought. Your brain says you are not good enough. You believe it. It says they hate you. You believe it. It says you will fail. You believe it. Why do you do this? Your mind is like a machine. It produces thoughts automatically. Not all of these thoughts are true. Most are just mental habits. They are leftovers from your childhood, from trauma, fear, stress, or comparison. If you believe every thought, you are its slave. If you watch thoughts without belief, you are free. Take 10 minutes every day. Sit in a quiet spot and just watch your thoughts. Do not fight them or try to fix them. Simply observe them. A thought will come. Let it come. Do not get attached to it. Do not run behind it. Eventually, your thoughts will slow down. That is when you will start to feel it. That deep silence will appear. That peace was hiding under all the noise. That is your real mind. It is clean, calm, and powerful. If your mind were a house, overthinking is a problem. It is like 100 TVs turned on at once. All are playing different, screaming channels. The house is full of noise. The owner is completely exhausted. You are the owner. Turn them off. Not all thoughts are worth your attention. The mind should be a servant, not a master. If you let it control you, it will destroy you. But if you control it, it will bring you peace. Step 3. Write everything down. Do not keep your thoughts inside your head. Put them onto paper. Watch your mind finally become free. There is a specific reason for this step. After removing garbage and escaping overthinking, your mind is still full. It is full of unfinished thoughts. It has unspoken feelings and random fears. It has confusing questions and unknown emotions. They are all spinning inside you. You try to solve everything in your head. You try to remain strong and quiet. But the thoughts only get louder and louder. Here is a truth you were never taught. Your mind is not a storage room. It is a processing room. When you do not let it release things, it breaks. Writing is more than just a habit. Writing is a powerful weapon. It is a tool that can empty your mind. It reveals your truth and slows your thoughts. It cleans emotional pressure, and it gives your mind space to breathe. You do not need any fancy tools. You do not need expensive therapy sessions. You do not even have to be a good writer. You just need a pen, a page, and courage, the courage to be completely honest. There was someone who always felt anxious. Their mind would never stop. They worried constantly about money. They replayed past conversations. They could not get to sleep. They kept asking, "Why do I feel this way?" One day, they were given a blank notebook. They were told, "Write whatever comes to mind. Do not stop and do not judge it." So that is what they did. What came out was a total shock to them. I feel like I am failing in life. I compare myself to everyone else. I miss someone. I pretend I am over. I act strong, but I truly feel lost. I do not know what I want, and that scares me. As they were writing, tears started to flow. They were not tears of sadness, but of truth. For the first time, the thoughts had space. And their heart finally had room to breathe. That night, they slept peacefully. The problems were still there, but the mind was no longer holding them alone. When you write your thoughts, you move the chaos. You move it from your head onto the page. You can see your mind clearly. You slow down the speed of your thinking. You stop the loop of repeating thoughts. You stop hiding from your true self. This is not about good grammar. It is not about beautiful writing. It is not about perfect handwriting either. It is about truth and release. It is about making your mind feel light. Take 10 minutes every day. It can be in the morning or at night. Open a blank page and write a prompt. What is in my mind right now? What am I trying to avoid? What am I feeling but not saying? Quote, what do I wish I could scream out loud? What is hurting me that I pretend is fine? Then, just write. No filter, no rules, no judgment. If you feel angry, write it down. If you feel sad, write it down. If you feel numb, write that too. Let your thoughts flow onto the page. This is not a performance. This is a mental detox. Write for 3 full pages. Do not stop, edit, or think. Write as if your life depends on it. Because, in a way, it does. You are not writing to become a poet. You are writing to empty the poison that has been inside for years. When you do this, you will feel something amazing. You will feel space, clarity, and lightness. Imagine a house in your city. The owner never takes out the trash. The garbage piles up every single week. The smell becomes worse and worse. Insects start to appear. The house becomes unlivable. Now, think of your mind as that house. All the thoughts, stress, and sadness, all the guilt and confusion have piled up. No one else can see it, but you live there. You are trying to be happy and focused. You are trying to grow as a person. But the truth is, you simply cannot. Not because you are broken or lazy, not because you are not smart enough. It is because your mental house is full. Writing is how you take out the trash. Every word you write is like opening a window. It lets fresh air come inside. It lets the pressure go out. It lets you finally breathe. Do this after you watch this video. Take 15 minutes for yourself alone. Put your phone away from you. Open a notebook or a digital document. Write down every thought and feeling. Every worry, dream, question, and fear. Do not stop until it is all out. Then sit back and read it, or do not. It does not really matter. What matters is you are no longer carrying it. You will not find peace by thinking about it. You will find peace when your thoughts stop screaming. And to stop the screaming, you must write. This is how to empty your mind, one page at a time, not by fighting your thoughts, but by freeing them. Step 4. Use silence as a tool. We live in the loudest era of human history. You wake up to a notification. You eat breakfast while watching YouTube. You take a break and scroll on Instagram. You walk to work with music playing. You sit in traffic with ads shouting. You try to sleep as your mind plays one last video. It never, ever stops. Not the world, not your phone, not your mind. That is the disease nobody talks about. We are addicted to constant noise. But what we truly need is silence. The reason your mind feels heavy. The reason you are tired after 8 hours of sleep. The reason you feel overwhelmed and confused, even when your life seems okay. It is because your brain has no space. It runs from one thought to another, from one sound to another, from one problem to another. If you never pause, you never hear your real self. Most people do not actually fear failure. They truly fear silence. Because in silence, hidden things come up. That is why people keep the music playing. They keep watching videos and scrolling reels. They are running away from their thoughts. But silence. Silence does not lie. Silence reveals what is really happening. There was a person who was always online. Every second was filled with some kind of noise. Music, messages, memes, or podcasts. There was always something in the background. One day, their phone died on a long walk. There was no music and no apps, just silence. At first, they started to feel panic. What do I do now? What if I get bored? What if I start overthinking? Quote, but then, something strange occurred. After a few minutes, their breathing slowed. They began to notice the small things. The birds, the wind, the feeling of walking. Thoughts came and went without judgment. They felt still for the first time in years. That one walk changed their life. Silence did something that noise could not. It healed, cleaned, and calmed them. Silence is not just the absence of sound. Silence is the presence of space. It is where overthinking melts away. It is where emotions settle and truth rises. It is where energy resets and peace is born. This is not magic, it is science. When you sit in silence, your brain shifts. It moves from chaos to clarity, from survival mode to a state of balance, from noise to knowing. In that space, your real voice appears. It is not the voice of fear or pressure. It is not the voice of other people's opinions. It is your voice, your truth. This is not about becoming a monk. You do not need to live on a mountain. You just need to create 10 minutes of silence. You should do this every single day. Here is how you can do it. Pick a specific time. Morning is best. Before the world wakes up or before you sleep, turn off all of your devices. Phone off, TV off, no background music. It should be just you and the silence. Sit in a comfortable position, not on a throne or in a yoga pose. Just somewhere quiet, on a chair or the floor. Close your eyes and do not force any thoughts. Do not try to meditate in the right way. Just be still, breathe, and listen. At first, your mind will scream. It will bring up memories and to-do lists. It will show you fears from the past and future. Let it all rise up. Let it move and then let it pass. You do not control it, you just observe it. Then, the noise will begin to slow down. In that gap, you will feel something forgotten. You will feel peace. You can do this even when you are not home. Are you stuck in traffic? Do not play music for 5 minutes. Just observe and be still. Are you waiting in a line? Do not open your phone. Just breathe. Are you sitting alone in a cafe? Do not scroll. Look outside and think of nothing. These small moments of silence are important. They train your brain to rest during chaos. You do not need to escape from the world. You just need to escape the noise inside you. You clean your body and brush your teeth. You wash your clothes regularly. But you have never cleaned your mind. You have never given it silence. You have never turned off the machine. That is why it feels tired and heavy. That is why it is so noisy. Silence is not a luxury. Silence is a form of mental hygiene. In silence, the fake world disappears. In silence, your real self can speak. In silence, the healing finally begins. Make this step a non-negotiable part of your life. It is not just about calming down. It is about becoming fully awake. Once you experience true silence, you will never want to live in noise again. Step 5. Meditate on nothing. Do not try to fix your mind. Let it dissolve all on its own. You have written down your thoughts. You have escaped the overthinking loop. You have sat in total silence. Now it is time to go even deeper, to a place most people are afraid to go. Not because it is dangerous, but because it is too quiet. This is where true peace begins, not just a temporary calm, but a state of real emptiness. A state where the mind can reset. The path to that place is simple meditation, but not the kind you have been told about. Not sitting perfectly still, not visualizing different colors, not repeating any fancy mantras. This is the raw and real form of meditation. Sitting with nothing, chasing nothing, and controlling absolutely nothing. It is not about getting something. It is about dropping everything. Most people try to meditate like fixing a machine. How do I stop all of this thinking? How do I clear my mind completely? Quote, how do I finally get some peace? But forcing peace is like forcing sleep. It simply does not work. The more you try, the more your mind resists. Meditation is not about trying. It is about letting go. Let go of the need to feel peaceful. Let go of the pressure to meditate successfully. Let go of the belief you must stop thinking. The goal is not to stop thoughts. The goal is to stop chasing them. There was someone who hated meditation. They said it does not work for me. I just sit there and think even more. They always tried to control their thoughts. They wanted immediate silence. They treated meditation like a task. One day, they read something simple. Just sit, let thoughts come, do nothing, chase absolutely nothing. So that is what they did. At first, their brain started to scream. You are wasting your time. This is a stupid idea. You should be checking your phone. You should be doing something productive. But they stayed there and watched. They noticed thoughts, but did not follow them. They noticed emotions, but did not react. They just sat there in nothingness. After 20 minutes, something magical happened. The thoughts slowed, the emotions calmed. A stillness filled their entire body. It was not a dramatic change. It was not like fireworks. It was just peace. Pure, quiet, and powerful peace. That day, they finally understood meditation. Forget everything you have heard before. This is how you can begin. Set a timer for just 10 minutes. Sit in a comfortable and quiet place. No perfect posture is needed. Just sit in a way that is easy for you. Close your eyes and do nothing at all. Let your mind do whatever it wants. Let it talk, panic, or replay things. You are not trying to fix it. You are sitting like a mountain. Thoughts come, so let them come. Do not follow them or fight them. Do not finish the sentence. Just let them float by like clouds. You are the sky, and thoughts are the weather. Eventually, they will all pass, and you will start to feel space. When you meditate on nothing, you stop feeding loops. You teach your mind it does not control you. You create more emotional space. You build the muscle of mental stillness. You experience a power that can only be felt. This practice is not easy at first, but the more you sit with nothing, the more you will understand everything. Do not fight the storm. Do not chase the clouds. Just sit and let the sky clear itself. Step 6. Empty through movement. If the mind will not be still, move the body. The mind will eventually follow. This step is for people who say they cannot sit. My mind just will not stop. I am too restless and I get bored. I need some kind of action. The answer to that is, good. Use that. The mind and body are not separate. They are connected like fire and smoke. When you move your body, your mind follows. This is why your best ideas come on a walk. This is why exercise can feel like therapy. This is why your head feels clear after a long walk. Because movement is a form of meditation. We are not designed to sit for 16 hours a day. We are not built to stay in one room, with 4 walls and 100 thoughts. The human body is meant to walk. It is meant to breathe deeply and move. It is meant to connect with nature and sweat. When we do not move, we get sick. Not just physically, but mentally blocked. Your brain fog, anxiety, and confusion. Much of it is a movement problem. There was someone going through deep mental pain. They had tried journaling and silence. They had tried meditation as well. But their thoughts were still heavy. One day, they went for a long, silent walk. No phone and no music, just walking. And then something strange happened. Their breath became deeper. Their steps found a rhythm. Their thoughts started to soften. They were not trying to solve anything. But clarity still came to them. It was not a loud voice, but a quiet knowing. When they returned home, they felt lighter, like a big stone had been removed. But nothing in their life had changed. That is the power of movement without distraction. You do not need a gym membership. You do not need any special equipment. You just need to move with awareness. Here are a few ways to do this. Take a silent walk every day. Walk for 15 to 30 minutes. No phone, no podcast, no music. Just walk and observe your surroundings. You can also stretch and breathe. In the morning, do 5 minutes of slow stretches. Breathe deeply with each single movement. Let your body open and your mind loosen. Clean your room or your kitchen. Yes, even chores can be therapy if they are done with complete presence. Feel the water and the sponge. Feel the floor under your feet. Let your body move and your mind will relax. You can also dance all by yourself. Put on music to express, not to perform. Let your body move in any way it wants. You will laugh, you will cry, you will feel alive. That is a form of therapy too. When you move, your body releases endorphins. Your nervous system can reset itself. Your breath opens up. Your emotional pressure is reduced. Your thoughts will slow down. Your body and brain realign. It is like shaking a bottle of dirty water, then letting it settle and become clear. The mind is not always healed in silence. Sometimes it is healed through motion. When the body moves, pain is released. When the breath flows, the mind empties. Step 7. The mind shower. You wake up first thing in the morning. The sun is not even up yet. The world is quiet and your body is tired. your mind is still empty. But within 5 minutes, you grab your phone. Notifications start to explode. Messages, news, deadlines, and pressure. Fear, comparison, and constant noise. Just like that, your clean mind is gone. It is stolen before your day even starts. This is our modern reality. Most people shower their body each morning, but they never shower their mind. They start the day with someone else's voice, someone else's problems and expectations. Then they wonder why their day feels heavy, why their brain is foggy and scattered. The first 10 minutes of your day are crucial. They decide the energy for the next 10 hours. So what will you choose to do? A mind full of yesterday cannot create a new day. If you want mental peace and emotional clarity, if you want to empty your mind daily, then the morning is your golden chance. That is when your mind is most quiet. It is most sensitive and most powerful. If you fill that space with intention, you can completely reprogram your brain. There was someone who felt stressed all day. No matter how hard they worked, they felt behind. Every day began with checking their phone, emails, messages, and notifications. Their brain felt heavy before breakfast. One day, they changed just one thing. For the first 10 minutes, they did not grab their phone. They sat up, closed their eyes, and breathed slowly. They asked themselves some questions. What do I want to feel today? Quote, what do I want to let go of? What do I want to create? They wrote 3 lines down. They drank a glass of water and breathed deeply. Only then did they open their phone. That one change transformed their life, because they were now living from within, not from a place of reaction. You do not need a full hour. You do not need a special app. You do not need to be perfect. You just need a ritual, something to clear your mind before the world enters. Here is a 5-minute morning mind shower. 1. Sit up in bed before touching your phone. 2. Place your hand over your heart. Feel your heartbeat and connect with yourself. Say, I am here. I am safe. I am ready. 3. Take 10 deep breaths. Inhale slowly and exhale even slower. Let your breath reset your brain. 4. Write down 3 specific things. One thing you are grateful for. One thing you are letting go of. One thing you want to feel today. For example, calm, focused, or strong. 5. Speak this line softly to yourself. Before the world speaks to me, I speak to myself. That is all it takes. 5 minutes for a clean, calm, and ready mind. If you do not control your mind in the morning, someone or something else will. And you will spend the day trying to get back to yourself. Do not let the world decide your mental state. Decide it for yourself. Your phone can wait in the morning. Your peace cannot. Clean your mind before the world touches it. That is how powerful people start their day. Step 8. Say goodbye to ego thoughts. A part of your mind wants to be right. It wants to be better, smarter, and more successful. It wants to be more liked and respected. It wants more admiration and praise. This part of your mind never shuts up. It tells you to prove yourself. It says they are winning and you are not. You need to post this so they will notice. You need to work harder or you will fall behind. They ignored your message, so you are not important. Do not let them win. Do not let them forget you. That voice is not really you. That voice is your ego. Ego is not the same as confidence. Ego is fear that is wearing a crown. As long as that voice controls you, you will never have true peace. The ego is not an evil thing. It is not something you need to destroy, but it is something to watch very carefully. The ego seeks validation and craves attention. It fears judgment and hates being wrong. It constantly compares itself to others. It needs to look successful on the outside, even when it is broken on the inside. The worst part is that the ego is loudest when your soul is trying to be quiet. Imagine someone who seemed successful. They had achievements and attention, but every single day they felt empty. Why was this? Because everything they did was to prove something. They wanted to be seen as smart. They wanted to win every single argument. They could not let things go. Even when it hurt, they could not stop comparing their life. Until one day they asked themselves a question. What would I do if no one clapped for me? What would I still do if no one saw it? Quote. That question really shook them. They realized they were not living. They were just performing. Not for their dreams, but for their ego. Once they dropped that performance, their life became real, free, and quiet. This does not mean you become a monk. It simply means you become real. Here is how to release ego thoughts. First, question the voice. Next time your mind says, they ignored you, or you need to prove them wrong, ask yourself this question. Do I want peace, or do I want to perform? That one question exposes the ego instantly. Next, do things privately. Start doing things without telling anyone. Help someone and do not post about it. Write something and do not share it. Achieve something and keep it to yourself. This builds real power. You are now doing things for truth, not attention. Finally, celebrate other people's success. The ego hates this, but your soul loves it. When you celebrate others, you tell your ego, I am already enough. I do not need to compete. And that is true freedom. What happens when you drop the ego? Your mind becomes quieter and kinder. It becomes lighter and more focused. It becomes more honest and peaceful, because now you do not need to impress anyone. You are just living, learning, loving, and healing. The ego screams, prove yourself. The soul whispers, be yourself. Listen to the whisper. That is where peace truly lives. Step 9. Freeze the thought. Do not follow every thought you have. Your brain is a thought-producing machine. Every minute, it generates new ideas. It has questions, memories, and fears. It has judgments, dreams, doubts, and pain. You cannot control what enters your head, but you can control what stays there. The biggest mistake people make is this. They believe every single thought. They follow every single thought. They respond to every single thought. And that is how they become trapped. You do not need to fight your thoughts. You do not need to run from your thoughts. You just need one powerful skill. How to freeze a thought and let it pass. Imagine a stranger enters your house. They are shouting insults at you. Would you invite them to stay for tea? Would you sit with them all day long? No. You would say, this person does not belong here. And you would quickly close the door. But when a toxic thought enters your mind, you let it stay and you feed it. You give it a seat and talk to it all day. You argue with it and cry because of it. That is the entire problem. You have never learned how to pause a thought and say you do not belong here. There was a person who struggled with self-doubt. They would get a thought like, what if I fail? What if I embarrass myself? What if they do not like me? Quote, and they would start to follow that thought. They would create fake scenarios in their head. They would feel anxious and cancel plans. They would simply stay stuck. One day they learned this technique. When a thought comes, just freeze it. Do not react or respond to it. Just observe it as it is. So the next time the thought came, what if I fail? Instead of believing it, they froze it. They said, okay, that is just a thought. It might not be true. I will not follow it. I will just watch it float by. And the anxiety did not grow, it passed them by. That was the start of their mental freedom, when a painful or anxious thought appears. Pause immediately. Do not speak and do not react. Your first job is to just pause. Imagine the thought as an image on a screen. See it as a picture, not a truth. It is like a frozen TV frame. It is just a single moment in time. Say this sentence out loud or in your head. I do not have to follow this thought. I choose to let it pass. Take a deep breath and shift your focus. Look outside or touch something near you. Name 3 things that you can see. Return to the present moment. You have just broken the loop. You did not erase the thought. You simply released it. Because thoughts are not reality. They are like mental weather. If you do not react, they lose their power. If you do not feed them, they fade away. If you do not follow them, they do not control you. The thought says you will fail. You say, maybe, maybe not, but I am not chasing you. The thought says they do not like you. You say, not everything needs my attention. That is real power. That is mind mastery. Not every knock on your door must be answered. Not every thought must be believed. Learn to freeze the thought and watch your entire life change. Now you know how to not follow negative thoughts. Let's move to the most protective step. Step 10. Protect your peace like a fortress. What do you do after you clean your house? You close the windows and lock the doors. You keep all of the dust out because you worked very hard to clean it. You will not let dirt just walk back inside. Now think about your mind in the same way. You wrote down your thoughts and meditated. You walked in silence and let go of your ego. But if you do not protect your peace, the noise will certainly return. The world will walk back in. And your mind will become full again. That is why this step is so important. Peace is not a one-time thing. It is a daily battle. And you must protect it, like your life depends on it, because it does. You can read 100 books. You can meditate and journal every day. But if you let toxic people and fake news back in, you will stay stuck in a cycle. Think of it like this. You take a shower, then you roll in the mud. You clean your room, then open the windows in a storm. You meditate, then scroll negative content for hours. You are undoing your own healing. There was someone who worked on themselves for a month. They built a routine and felt calm and focused. But slowly, they stopped protecting their peace. They replied to every toxic friend. They refollowed people who made them feel insecure. They said yes to drama and negativity online. They let the world enter their mind again. Soon, the anxiety returned. The overthinking came back. The peace completely disappeared, not because they were weak, but because they did not guard the gate. That was their important lesson. Healing is not just one moment. It is a wall you must build and defend. Here is your mental fortress plan. First, control your input. Be ruthless with what you consume. Unfollow accounts that make you feel less. Stop reading comments that drain your energy. Avoid videos and articles that bring fear. Ask, does this make me better or just busier? Next, say no more often. Not every message needs a reply. Not every invitation needs a yes. Not every voice deserves access to your mind. Every yes to others is a no to your peace. Say no with love and confidence. Also create peace hours. Daily time blocks with no phone and no noise. Just walking, breathing, or being still. Even 30 minutes of silence becomes a wall. A wall against the chaos. Use this sentence when your peace is threatened. I work too hard to feel calm. I will not trade it for this. Use it with people and situations. Use it with yourself as a reminder. Your peace is earned, not free. If you do not protect your mind, the world will fill it for you. With fear, gossip, pressure, and comparison, you must build your fortress. You must defend your gates. Because once your peace is gone, your energy is gone too. And your life becomes heavy again. Your peace is your most sacred power. Do not give it away in small conversations. Do not trade it for loud opinions or empty arguments. Protect it like a fortress. Because once it is broken, everything falls. Step 11. Do a daily reset before sleep. You have survived another day. You have done your very best. You have fought battles that no one saw. You have smiled even when you were tired. You handled situations you did not ask for. But now it is nighttime. You are lying in your bed. Your body is ready for rest. But your mind is still racing, replaying moments and regretting words, worrying about tomorrow, thinking about the past, trying to solve problems at 2 a.m. This is where most people suffer quietly. They do not know how to end the day, so they carry it into their sleep and into tomorrow and the next week, until their brain is full and their heart is heavy. This is why you must reset your mind before sleep. Every single night, think about this. You close all your apps before turning off your phone. You lock your doors before you go to sleep. You turn off the lights and put things away. But what about your mind? Most people go to sleep with their thoughts open. No closure, no release, and no peace. Then they wonder why they wake up tired, why they feel like they never truly rested, why their brain feels heavy in the morning. It is because the mind never got a break. It kept running all night long. That is why a night reset is not a luxury. It is a mental survival tool. There was someone who struggled with sleep. They would lie down at 11 p.m. But their brain would stay awake until 3 a.m. They tried everything, but nothing worked. One day, someone told them something. You do not have a sleep problem. You have a closure problem. Your day has no emotional ending, so they started a night reset ritual. Every night, they wrote 3 lines. 1. What am I carrying right now? 2. What do I need to let go of tonight? 3. What will I allow my mind to rest from? Then they took 10 deep breaths. They whispered, I have done enough for today. And they closed their eyes and slept in peace. They woke up feeling light for the first time in years, not because their life changed, but because their mind finally got closure. You do not need hours for this. You do not need to meditate like a monk. You just need 10 minutes of truth. Step 1. Dim the lights. Silence the world. Signal to your brain that it is time to shut down. Step 2. Write these 3 lines. What made me feel heavy today? What did I learn about myself today? What am I letting go of tonight? Be completely and brutally honest. Write about the anger, stress, or failure. Write about a small win or tears you held back. Step 3. Forgive yourself out loud. Say, I did my best with what I knew. I was not perfect, but I was trying. And that is enough for today. Even if no one else says it, say it to yourself. Step 4. Breathe out the day. Inhale as deeply as you can. When you exhale, imagine the day leaving your body. The tension, conversations, and pressure, let it all go with your breath. Step 5. Say this final sentence. The day is over. My mind is safe. My soul is at peace. Tomorrow is a new beginning. Then, sleep like you deserve to, because you truly do. Why does this change your life? Because most people are tired from thinking too much, not from doing too much. You cannot begin a new life with the old one. You cannot feel peace if your brain is a museum of old pain and hurt. You must clean it and close the day. You must say, "It is done." That is how peace can finally enter. That is how you truly rest. And that is how you empty your mind completely. Sleep is not just the end of the day. It is the healing of the mind. But healing only happens when you let go. So let go. And let peace take over. If you watched this video until the very end, you are different from most people. You are not looking for quick tips. You are not looking for fake motivation. You are looking for real change. And this is your truth. You were never weak, lazy, or broken. You were just full of noise, thoughts, and pressure. Full of opinions and other people's voices. Full of your past and your fears. And no one ever told you something important. You do not need more motivation. You need less mental noise. You need to empty your mind. You have now learned how to do that. Step by step, in a simple and powerful way. You will begin to notice changes. You do not get angry as easily anymore. You do not carry pain for as long. You do not drown in your own mind. You do not fear the future like before. You do not feel like a prisoner of your thoughts. You finally feel like you are back to peace, focus, and clarity, back to the real you. But here is the final truth. This video means nothing if you do not practice it. Knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. So make a promise to yourself right now. Every day I will empty my mind, and I will protect my peace. Not for others, not for success, not for fame, but for me. Because a clear mind leads to a powerful life. And now, that life is yours. If this video helped you, if you felt something deep inside you shift, if you feel calmer, clearer, and more alive, then please do two things. First, subscribe to this channel, not because I am asking you to, but because you need more content that heals. This channel is a space for growth and peace. Second, share this video with one person, someone who is struggling silently, someone who is carrying too much, someone whose mind is completely full. You could be the reason their life changes today. An empty mind is not a weak mind. It is a clean, clear, and conscious mind. And that is where your true power begins. Thank you for watching this video. Your peace is your power. Now go and protect it.